Ponies are in the house. No need to go to the Metroplex. Right here in Uptown Charlotte. Got Boopie Miller, Chuck Harris. Gentlemen, good seeing you again. How excited is everyone? Boopie, listen, you've done that ACC thing before, so this is like old school, but how excited is SMU about being in the ACC? We've seen it in the football. We've been down there a couple weeks ago for that Florida State game, and there's just a general excitement about everything. But now we're talking hoops. Got to figure Dallas is fired up, right?
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Being in that atmosphere is amazing. The people down there welcoming, and I just love being around the people in Dallas.
Chuck?
Yeah, definitely. It's an exciting time. Dallas really doesn't have much of a college town scene, so now that we got some big names rolling through there, it should be good for the city.
You guys have felt the buzz, though. I mean, you're moving conferences. Boopie moved schools and stayed in the same conference. It's just the crazy nature of the beast we have now. But you feel the buzz? I mean, I asked you about football game. You said you were at that Florida State game. Obviously, on the football side, they're making noise, but you feel it, right?
Oh, man, definitely, especially coming from last year, seeing like how the fans were compared to now, it's a big 180 change. Everybody's pumped up, excited for this year.
And you guys had a good year last year, but needed a change. Enfield comes in. What's your experience with them so far?
I like him, obviously. Super cool guy, super chill, kind of laid-back person. And we kind of connected pretty fast, so I think he's a super good guy, super good coach.
What about you?
Yeah, great coach. You can talk to him about anything, just off the court things and on the court things. But funny guy, I love to be around him and then love him coaching me.
He said it was right place, right time for you to get the opportunity to come to SMU. But what's the process like? Like, you let your agent handle it all? You enter the portal and then see what happens?
Nah, I don't have an agent.
That's probably a good thing, by the way.
Yeah, I go with my mom and dad, talk to them about everything, and my high school coach. Just coming down here on a visit, he showed me that he's going to trust me and to run the show. And, he told me about players like Chuck Harris, Cario and Matt. Those type of guys I've seen that's coming, so I felt like I made the right decision.
Boopie, what have you told your teammates about playing in the ACC, especially some of the venues you're going to see?
I told them it's amazing. One of the toughest gyms I played at was NC State, so I told them about that story, so I can't wait to go back there and try to win a game.
And that's got to be, Chuck, I was going to say, that's got to be the fun part, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be fun for us to see some new blood, if you will, whether it be Cal or Stanford or you guys.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you're sitting back looking at the schedule going, wow, and we get a chance to play in some places I've always dreamed about.
Yeah, definitely just going into a hostile environment like we're about to see and, really getting, the road game experience is always fun. So, yeah, it's definitely exciting.
I'm going to switch it up. I've said this several times now, but SMU was the toughest place I ever played. We were in the same conference, Louisville and SMU, in 2014. Told Coach that, told the AD that he was at the game. Have you told Boopie what this is going to be like when that place is really rocking?
Nah, I haven't told him about it, but he's going to see it firsthand. Moody Magic is definitely a real thing, especially with the teams and stuff we got coming in now. It's definitely going to be a tough place to play.
They still wear the Halloween costumes. They were there like 5 hours before the game. Mario and Luigi just going crazy. Still do all that?
Yeah, we still do all that. The fans is awesome.
Moody Magic.
What about the style? Again, it's a new era in every sense of the word for SMU basketball. But what's the style going to look like?
I would definitely say it's fast-paced. In practice, coach tells us to push the ball up the floor. If we don't get the ball up past half court in 7 seconds, he turns it over from us, so we get frustrated about that a lot. So we're just working on fast-paced basketball, trying to cut down on the turnovers and make the right play every single time.
Dunk City vibes.
I was going to say it's a Luke Hancock vibe is what that is. Kids want to play that way, man. On your mark, get set, go, right?
Yeah. I mean, Dunk City play like Luke Hancock. Those probably fit together pretty well. I'd probably have to do more of the passing. But
that may be. But nevertheless, the folks are going to be fired up with this whole routine. Again, I'm so intrigued by just new blood in the league. And, again, we've had a chance to talk to Cal and Stanford and all that stuff. And we've seen now SMU from a football perspective and the upside of SMU for whether it be basketball, football, volleyball's rocking and rolling. I mean, we go down the whole line here. Yep. I think we get this perception that SMU, all they wanted was an opportunity to get to the table. Right? Yep. Just give us a chance at a Power 4 deal, and we'll take it from here.
Right.
And I think maybe even the mono aspect from a player's perspective is the same way. Hey, just give us a chance. We'll go do our thing.
Right. Like I mentioned, this Dallas as a city has a lot of sports talent, a lot of sports, the Cowboys, the Mavericks and stuff of that nature. So just giving us kind of like a college feel and giving us the platform to, showcase, what we have inside of our program is all we ever needed, honestly.
What's the toughest part just gelling with so many new faces? Obviously, a couple holdovers, but this is a pretty new crew here.
Right. It was actually kind of easy with this group. We got a lot of older guys, fifth-year guys who have, either been through the, transfer process before or, just have a lot of experience in the game. So, like, the transition was actually pretty easy for us. But honestly, we hung out a few nights, hung out with each other.
I know how Dallas can be.
Yeah, and we all gelled pretty fast, so it's a great group of guys.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
A little team bonding.
Yeah.
Well, we saw it for the Florida State team when we were all down there for the huddle weekend. That boulevard is a scene, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, it's cool. So is there anything like that for basketball, or what happens on that deal?
Same deal, honestly. It might be a little colder there, so they might not be outside as early and stuff, but it's always a buzz on a big game day for our school. So, we're going to talk about it as far as, like, our media team, and we're going to pump it up pretty big. So it's definitely a big deal on our campus.
What about just expectations? Like, what is this team's identity? If you guys are going to be good, you're going to make the tournament, you're going to represent in the ACC. And when we get halfway through this season, what are they going to be saying about SMU basketball?
I feel like they're going to say where we come on the TV, we put on a show, we dive on the floor first, we play hard, and, they're going to love to see and come see us play again every night.
Going to have celebrities down there? What are we doing there?
Well, Chuck knows some people.
Chuck,
knows a lot
what's
of
the
people.
story there, man?
Man, I mean, y'all see. Y'all see. Y'all will see. But, yeah, we
either going to the games, coming to practice, anything like that. What's the big names that have come by?
Well,
it's early, so
it's early right now, but I guess the biggest name probably on paper is probably George W. He's got his own seat there. When he comes to the games, he's got his whole little road to himself, Secret Service everywhere. But we've seen the likes of a couple NBA players. Derek Lively went to a couple of games.
That's a great name, but you just went from Bush to Lively. That's a big step down there.
Yeah, so hopefully, Duke and North Carolina's come around, some bigger names will be there to see us too.
I guarantee it.
So.
Well, we saw the president out there flipping the coin for the Florida State game. I mean, again, like I said, we were all down there, and they rolled out the red carpet for everybody. I mean, it was a happening.
Yeah.
And Dallas, you can tell, was really embracing the whole thing. Anything else we need to know about you guys? Because, I mean, we're kind of intrigued about what this is going to look like. You got a new coach, you got a new league, you got all that stuff. But what do you think is going to be the most surprising thing for ACC fans when they watch SMU play?
I feel like we're going to shock a lot of people. Our back against the wall, we're SMU's changing conferences. But I feel like with me coming from the ACC and having experience from last year, I feel like I can tell the guys what to expect. So I feel like we're going to go even harder when our back against the wall, and we're going to shock a lot of people in this world.
Tell us about some of the guys maybe we don't know quite yet, some guys off the radar. I could hit you with a freshman's name that I'm really excited to see, but I'm going to butcher it because it's a tough one. He's from Turkey, but 7'2", 265 pounds. I've already heard the rumblings that this guy can really play. Yeah. Him, maybe tell me a little bit about, and then anybody else kind of off the radar.
Oh, yeah, big Samet. Samet, our guy.
I can do Samet. I should have started with the first name.
Yeah. He's definitely a very high IQ basketball player. Can really pass the ball for his size, make a lot of plays at his size. So he's definitely going to be one of the guys you want to see. And then my guy, AJ George, I got to give a shout-out to. Coming from a lower conference school, he's definitely going to help us a lot in winning this year. So he's definitely a name to look out for too.
Well, we look forward to watching, Boopie. We've seen you before.
Same old story.
I'm not going to be shocked by anything I see coming from you, but curious to see what happens with your team and everything else. And again, welcome to the ACC and all that good stuff.
Thank you.
Guys, stay healthy. Have a great year.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Quick break. When we come back.